Now moving on to climate change, stakeholders at the Future of Health Youth Pre-Conference in Abuja have urged young Nigerians to familiarize themselves with national policy documents and legislation on climate change and to direct their advocacy efforts not only toward the federal government but also to state and local authorities. The Director General of the Office for Strategic Preparedness and Resilience, Chris Ngodo, along with the Managing Director of Nigeria Health Watch, Vivian Ikiakwazu, emphasized the importance of follow-up and assessment in monitoring the implementation of climate change response measures. Benedict Uku has more on this story.
Ecosystem is filled with fumes, humans inhaling smoke, choking off their ignorance. No jokes. Health is wealth, they say.
This conference has become necessary to amplify youth voices in creating lasting impact on climate change, especially the recent damages by flooding in Kogi and Borno states. The conference with the theme Amplifying Youth Voices for Climate Health Action kicked off in Abuja with strong calls for youth to drive advocacy and lending their voices both at national and community level in tackling climate change. Addressing issues on financial constraints faced by young people, the Managing Director of Nigerian Health Watch, Vivian Ikiakwazu, noted that youth can still play a crucial role in driving change through activism, using their collective voices to influence local and national policies.
How are young people becoming activists and forcing their local government chairmen, focusing their local state governors, using their collective voices, using their platforms? Young people have a very powerful voice that is not constrained by finances. And those voices have to be used because other countries have used youth voices to lead to change. So we need to make sure and think about how do we bring our young people in. Use your voices, use your platforms. So I think, yes, you're very right. There is a financial component, but there's a lot that we collectively can do, and there's a lot that young people can definitely do in addressing these issues because they're affected by it.
Youth were charged to tackle climate change by disseminating climate information, using technology to create content that drives advocacy, and holding lawmakers and government officials accountable for implementing policies. The Director General Office for Strategic Preparedness and Resilience, Chris Ngodo, encouraged young Nigerians to direct their advocacy efforts both at the federal, state, and local authorities.
No, the work of the agency is not to rate states. It's simply to say that we've provided forecasts. Other agencies do that. And then we are able to assess the level of preparedness in states or the capacity of states to respond. We know that in many states that capacity is not adequate. So we advocate for more investment by the state governments in their own capacity to respond in a timely fashion to those issues. We must go beyond focusing on the federal government. You also have to focus on the state governments as well and the local governments as well.
Others stress the importance of individual and community responsibility for environmental cleanliness rather than relying solely on the governments.
A lot of the issues around insecurity and disease as a result of issues related to climate change, desertification in the north, the rise in sea levels in the south, blockage of drains and all that. There are various technological advancements that have to do with their voices being amplified using social media, using digital apps, using the media in general, many of you which are here, and ensuring that they speak out and talk about the issues around climate and health in Nigeria.
The young people need to understand that local action is one of the best ways to engage themselves and also to give themselves to learning and education, because if you don't understand what you are talking about, you might lead the other people in a wrong way. So local action, education, and also to give themselves to development, because for us to engage ourselves as young people, we need to understand that every problem that we see is a solution. Like every resource is a solution for us.
As the challenges of climate change and its impact on health continues to intensify, it's crucial that youth voices are heard now more than ever to bring about meaningful action.